Now, everyone's making it in film and TV, but we don't really know how. Here, we uncover the truth. Welcome to the Your Cinema podcast. Welcome to the Your Cinema podcast, episode 2. So excited that we got this off the ground. The podcast, the Your Cinema podcast, is the place where we explore the truth about the film and TV industry, and we hear it directly from those who are smashing it in their areas. Um, this episode is no different to what we're gonna see week in and week out. We've got a very special guest. I call him our Denzel, literally because he's a craftsman, and I see the it looks like careful steps to me, but like good quality roles. I feel like he's a very strong lead, and we'll see more of that from him in the future. He's been in BAFTA award-winning drama. Yeah, he is someone that we're really, really excited about, and we're looking forward to see more of. He's been in Riches. He was in I Am, that the Channel 4 anthology series. His episode was with Letitia Wright. Been at the National Theatre. I could go on and on and on, but it's a pleasure to welcome CJ Beckford, aka the Ghost, to the Your Cinema podcast today.
Wow, what an intro. What an intro. Amazing. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
I've only spoken the truth. We appreciate you for your time as well. How have you been, bro?
I've been, as you can see, alive, you know, like I think that's the first and foremost thing that I just want to kind of like say that I'm alive, I'm healthy, I feel blessed. I've got breath, I'm talking to you now. So like, yeah, I feel right now, currently, I feel good. I think that question can be, it's very broad because I think the short answer, the quick answer is like, yeah, I'm good. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's going to say they're good. But deep down, everyone has stuff that they're going through. But currently, right now, in this moment, me talking to you, I'm very well.
I love that. I love that. You know that what you said, and it's such a profound point in terms of like how people answer that question, right? I'm aware of the glossed over answer of like, yeah, I'm good. And I haven't really found the balance or the way to not get too deep, right? And but also be very like truthful and transparent. And I think you encapsulated that amazingly. And I'm gonna take note because that's really helpful. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so, as I mentioned, right, like for me, you're at Denzel, and I say that because I always see you in like good quality shows, and films, right? And it seems like you take care in the projects that you choose, which is something that I know Denzel's got that thing where, particularly like years ago when he was younger, where it's like, oh, all the girls like him, etc., etc. But at the heart of it, he takes the choosing of his roles very seriously and his craft very, very seriously. And that's why I always reference you in that vein. Um, but as I was kind of mentioning, like before we started recording, right? We can see things that people are doing, right? And like the moves that they make and the roles that they get, etc., and start to piece together our own assumptions. So I just wanted to know, right, is that true in terms of the way in which you're crafting your career, or am I just reading too much into it?
No, not at all. I think it comes down to the individual, to be honest, and how they want to be perceived or how they want to like be in the industry. I think for
Mm,
me, I never wanted quick success,
wow.
but I've always wanted longevity because I cared about the work that I was doing. I wasn't just doing it for the sake of doing it. So like in my head, I looked at the likes of like, Denzel and the roles that he did,
Mm,
um, and how much the black culture appreciated it, you know. And I was like, right, kind of like I like that. I kind of want to um, take some of that and build that here in the UK. Um, so then I was like, yeah, like from now on, let me try and find a team, which is really really hard. It was very difficult trying to find a team um, to get together that can see my vision and see what I wanted to put together. So when I did find that team, um, which was Denton Briley, and more specifically Susie, you know, being able to share the same vision really kind of gave me that confidence to be like, okay, cool, like things may take longer, but at least we know that I'm doing stuff that I like and that I want, you know. It's a representation of myself. Um, so so yeah, that was the process. And now when I look back at all the things, I'm happy I stuck by that. I'm really happy I stuck by that because it shows kind of the work that I want to put out there. I'm not just doing anything for the sake of money or for the sake of the work. It's art. You know, it's
Yeah,
it's stuff that really resonates with me because I put my
yeah.
all into everything I do. Everything.
You know what, right? You said something really profound, right? You said that you made a decision about the type of projects that you wanted to do, and
Yeah.
then you said, all right, cool, I need to find a team. Now, the reason why I feel like that's so profound, right, is it's a very mature thing to say because effectively you're not saying, I just want an agent. You're
Mm,
saying, I want the right agent. And
mm.
it's hard enough to get a good agent, but you might get a good agent that is like still not right for you.
Oh yeah,
So, what was that like? Especially like you mentioned, going through a few different agents. What was that like for you?
bro. It was difficult. It was so hard, and the reason being it was hard was because so I used to go to Sylvia Anna Shears part time when I was younger, back in secondary school,
Hmm.
and I couldn't get an agent. So then I was like, right, like let me see if I can really, if I really want to do this as a career. So I started doing extra work, tons of extra work, get going on set, and basically just feeling out how it is. And then I would do like a few commercials here and there, and yeah, commercial would land, and I'll send my CV to agents, and they'll be like, "Nah, you don't have enough acting experience. You don't have enough acting experience. You don't have enough acting experience." So then I was like, "Right, I really need to build a show reel to show them my acting potential." So then I went on, what was it? I think it was called. Is it Mandy? Mandy, is it Mandy.com now? Yeah, I used to go
Yep,
on
yep,
that, and I used to like look at like student short films, the
yep.
ones at like the prestigious schools. So I was like, right, if I work with them, maybe in 10 years, like they're gonna be the future directors, but they have the quality of the film, so I can be like, cool. So anyway, I did that, built up my show reel, and started sending it around to like different agents, and then one came back, a few came back,
Mhm,
um, and then it was Denton, and I was like, cool. Um, I think it was Denton and someone else.
mhm.
But then, so it was only two that got back to me after doing
Oh
all of
wow.
that.
Yeah.
And then when I sat down with Susie, I was like, yeah, this is the right one. But like I said, prior to all of that, bro, oh man, it was difficult, man, because I remember seeing people back then with like the Curtis Browns and the Hamilton Hoddle, and I was like, right, I want to be there, I want to be there. Like, this is where I want to be. I know I've got the potential. I know I can be that person. I can be that actor. But yeah, that wasn't my journey. That wasn't my path. My path was to go the longer route to find an agent, to find the right agent, and I think it worked for me. It worked for me. So
Wow.
so yeah,
It definitely worked and is working.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You mentioned quick success, right? What do you like define that as, and why didn't you want quick success?
I think I think I'm only saying quick success now that I'm older and mature. You know, maybe if I was younger, I would have wanted that quick success. If it happened, I probably would have been a different person. You know,
Yeah.
but I think now in my career, I feel like that's not what I wanted, and that's not what God wanted for me. You know, so and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but I can only speak about myself, and for me, I'm a longevity type of person. I love, especially because this art is special. You can be here today, gone tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So you're replaceable, very replaceable. You know, so you have to make yourself an asset as opposed to a liability.
Wow.
So I'm
Okay,
trying to make
so
myself an asset.
you're saying some deep stuff, right? So you said you're replaceable. Could you unpack that for me, please?
So let me just say, like, nowadays you can probably book a Netflix series, you know, be a series regular, and then a couple months later you're not auditioning for or not getting any roles for, you know, uh, a year, maybe 4 years, 2 years, however long. But then that kind of puts a lot of strain on yourself. You start to doubt yourself. Am I good enough? I was just in this big league, you know. I just got paid this much, and because you care about it so much, you every actor wants to be constantly working, you know. But like to have one project where everyone knows you, saying your name, and then after like no one's saying your name, everyone's forgotten about you. Imagine what that can do to someone's mental health, or do you know what I mean? Especially someone who cares about the craft and doesn't want that. It's not like they're going to be like, okay, yeah, just because you was in that, let's now put you in this series. Sometimes that happens, but let's be real. Let's be real. This is reality, you know. And this industry will chew you up and throw you out. So that's what I mean in terms of like, you know, it can just uh, eat you up and just throw you out. So you just have to really know why you're doing it, you know, and what you're doing it for. So I can not book a role for, you know, like a year, and I think I'll be so happy with that, you know, because I've got a life outside of acting. You know, acting isn't my core. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love it. But you know, I've got a life, man. I've got a look at the sun, look at the trees, look at the world. It's so big. It's so big. It's so big, man. Like, let's live our lives. Let's live our lives. Let's not put ourselves in a box. I hate putting. I don't put myself in a box. There is no box for me. You know, like people like to live inside boxes. Like that. What? Yeah, straight line. What's a straight line? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what's a straight line?
Wow.
Because yeah, man, people's careers like it's like this. It's waves. It's waves. You know, it's never this. It's never that. So yeah.
I
And
love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. You've segued perfectly, right? In terms of like not putting yourself in a box. And I think like a lot of the time now, one thing that I'm coming across is like there's a lot of talk about actors doing being more than just actors these days.
mm, mm.
And so I wanted to know, like, do you dabble in like writing or producing or directing or anything like that?
So you say that because like I've thought about it. I tried to write. I've
Hmm.
written something, but that was like just to see if I could write.
Yeah,
It never really tickled my fancy.
yeah.
Um, Producing, however, is something that is on my mind.
Hmm.
I kind of want to like look further into directing, not so much. What else is there? Yeah, no, a journal. You know,
Yeah.
that's my writing. So if that could one day be turned into something, then yeah, great. But like,
Wow.
yeah,
The Diary of CJ, a series. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. No, do you know what? I love that honest answer, right? Because it's it's honest and it's like we're in an age of like multi hyphenates, right?
mm,
And it's like there's not one way that someone has to be. It's okay to
no, of
be
course not.
like, look, no. Do
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah,
Right now, I just
yeah,
want to act in it. Like that's
yeah,
just it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Do you feel like? do you feel any pressure of like, nah, you should be doing like other stuff?
Not one bit. And the reason being is going back to what I said before is that I've got a life outside of acting. So I've got many hobbies that I do. I like to like learning how to snowboard, uh, like playing tennis, boxing, uh, what else? Like bike riding, hiking. Like so all these things now can transgress into my acting. Do you know what I mean? All skill sets that I have that now I'm not just CJ Beckford, I'm CJ Beckford the hiker, I'm CJ Beckford the snowboarder. Do you know what I mean? So like if a role comes up, I can easily, just do that. But at the same time I've got a hobby that I actually enjoy, I used to play ice hockey when I was younger. I got ice skates, like just on a random Saturday go ice skating. Like, like so I genuinely have a life outside of acting. So all my skill sets will just add to that. Um,
I love
you
that.
know?
I love that. I love that. And it's like you actually do those things as opposed to I'm doing it because it's another string to my bow to help me get a role because I
Yeah,
want to get loads of role. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I love that.
And that's the beauty of acting. That's the beauty of we have so much time on our hands, It's just it's how you use that time, and I choose to use it wisely. Obviously everyone chooses to use it differently, but that's how I choose to use my time. So
Mm.
so yeah.
I love that. 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 Cool. So, right, obviously been watching your career for many years. And what I find interesting is like you're in like big shows, but
Mm.
then you still do shorts here and there.
Oh yeah.
Like it's mixed in between. Like a lot of the time on someone's IMDb or something like that, at the beginning there's loads of shorts, loads of independents, and
Hmm.
then there comes that point where it's
Yeah.
like just TV shows and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but you still do both.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, like I just wanted to understand why.
I love shorts. I love shorts. I love and it brings me back to the beauty of film because not everything is up there. Like you can get so comfortable with, you know, being driven everywhere, being catered for, But the pure art of film and some of the best storytellers are through short films, I believe. So I feel like, and I always want to, no, I'm not that. I always think about, I feel like I'm 5 years, 10 years ahead. So there's only specific short films that or people that I would work with
Hmm.
when it comes to shorts. But every single short, it's like I believe in the project. I believe in them that they're going to be amazing, that they're going to be great. And thus far, everyone that I've done short films with have gone on to do amazing things, And it just again like it just really it checks me, it checks me to be like, yo, you're not no one special. You're not up here.
Yeah.
Everyone's on the same level, regardless. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I started. So I know how it is.
That's amazing. You know what? You're like so grounded. Like, nah, it's deep, and I love it.
Yeah.
Um, um, so like for me, and I'm sure countless others, right? You're someone who's really gonna like fly the baton for years to come. Um, but like, what do you find difficult about being an actor at this point in your career?
Hmm. What do I find difficult? I don't know how arrogant this is going to sound, but at this point in my career, I don't find anything difficult because I know in my heart that I'm going to make it to wherever I want to go.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe let me see something difficult.
And I love the honesty, by the way, which I'm going to touch on in a minute.
Yeah, because I'm trying to be as real as possible.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
please
I've
do.
definitely, I'm trying to think of the downs that I've had with the industry. I think it's the downs I've had with the industry is just seeing how dark it is, you know,
Oh.
like, um, and me just wanting to bring light to that industry. But in terms of difficulty, Difficulty. I think the only form of difficulty that comes to mind is when I was trying to get an agent, you know.
Mm,
But being in the industry, obviously, like I said, it's. I had this perception that, oh my gosh, it's rosy, it's amazing, you know, it's so diverse. It's. But when you're actually in it, it's completely different. How you're being treated sometimes on set is like, rah, wow, okay, like I'm not as special as you make me out to be, you know? Or is that what is that because of? Is that because of race? Is that because I'm a male, female? I don't know. But like it's there's definitely difficult things inside of the industry. I don't know if I face any of those. I don't put any of those labels on myself, you know,
yeah.
because I know who I am and where I'm going.
I love that. I love that. And the reason why I love that, right, is because it seems that in terms of in terms of like the question of what have you found difficult about being an actor at this point in your career, it sounds like you've detached yourself from a plan or an expectation of how your career is expected to go, and you just know that you'll get there, like the squiggly line. You're like, look, I don't know how, but we're getting there, and each
Mm-hmm.
day I'm just gonna do me.
Mm-hmm.
I might do an acting class, I might go snowboarding.
Mm-hmm.
My heart is not in this thing like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just gonna happen, and I'm not gonna be lazy. I'm still gonna
Mm-hmm.
work.
And you said the key word there, expectation. I have no expectations. I have no expectations. I live off faith. You know,
Mm,
like and that's a very hard thing to do. Like you expect like so much. Like so for example, let me break it down. Like so um sometimes when you drive, for example, like someone will let you in and like some people will be like, okay, that person is gonna say thank you because you're expecting them because you've done something nice, you're expecting them to, just say, have some gratitude and be like, okay, thank you. I've let go of that. I don't expect anyone to do anything for me, because like I am me and I have my, I'm not letting anyone else let me down, you know? I'm in control of, I want to be in control of myself and my emotions and my actions. Um, but that's very hard. That's very hard to stay conscious of, very hard. But but I'm aware of it. I'm hyper aware of it, of expectations. So
I
yeah.
love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, yeah, I love that. I love that. And I wish a lot more actors would take that on board, because there's a lot of like a lot of people feel like, nah, do you know what? Like they were at the point of quitting before they just got their big break, and it's like, like, what do you have invested in this thing
Mhm.
that is letting you down to make you want to give up, so to speak?
Mhm.
But it sounds like you've got you've solved that issue, which is probably why you're always smiling.
But let
Um,
me, let me rephrase. There have been times when I've
yeah,
been
yeah,
like, you
yeah.
know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm done. Like so, I want to be real and frank. Do you know what I mean? The
Mm,
journey hasn't been smooth, and like I said, you do go through ups and downs. Where you're like, you know what? Is this? Do I still want to act? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is this? Is this? You have that seed of doubt in your
mhm,
mind,
mhm, mhm, mhm.
and I've definitely experienced that for sure, like
Okay.
100%. So, but at the same time, I think something will just again. Maybe this is God, but it's just like there's something that will come in my life will be like, nah, you're not done yet, or there's a motivational video or podcast that I'll listen to that someone will say a gem and be like, you're not quite done yet, you're not quite done yet. But like, yeah, I definitely have that doubt of, oh no, I can't do this no more, I'm quitting. And the people you have around you is key as well, like your support system, your tribe. And I learned that from Letitia and like Daniel, having a tribe that that really champions you and
Mm,
sees where you're going. So when you fall down, they'll pick you up.
mm,
So that's very very key. to have.
I love that. I love that. That's a powerful try, by the way.
Yeah.
So like we've seen like the Black British Renaissance, yeah, where like people are like going over to America and it seems to really open up and they appreciate our craftsmanship and all
Mm.
that stuff. And you're definitely capable of making that exodus, right? I just want to know, like, have you ever felt that pull to go to America? Um,
Oh yeah. Oh
okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. 1,000%. I say that confidently. Yes, I have. No, I definitely have. Like, I think, again, growing up watching so many American shows, that was where I wanted to like start my career. I wanted,
Wow.
what, EastEnders? Like, I don't want to be no EastEnders. Coronation Street. What? Come out here, man. I was watching Keenan and Kel, like Sister
Yeah,
Sister. You know what I mean? Those
yeah,
are my shows.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
I felt like I was more American than I was British. So it's definitely a place where, and a big chunk of my career, I wanted to go to America.
Mm,
Um, and again, I still do want to go to America, you
mhm,
know.
mhm.
But I guess when that time presents itself, I went there. When did I go there? Just before COVID, and it was
Okay.
amazing. Absolutely, I met some amazing people. Like it was, yeah, amazing. So I know the next time I go back is, yeah, it's just going to be. Let me speak things into existence. Even better. It's going to be phenomenal. You know. So it's just a matter of time. I feel like the UK don't appreciate you as much as the Black Americans do,
Why do you
industry
think that
wise.
is?
Hmm?
Hmm. Why do you think that is?
I don't think we've got the content. We don't have as much content, and I think you have to be proper like a, a black British. I, I don't even know what black British is, but so I don't know. I can't answer that. No, I don't have an answer for that. To be honest, I just see it. You know, like sometimes,
Mhm.
sometimes not everything deserves an
Yeah,
answer, but yeah, but
I
yeah,
got you.
I just see it more than I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
can say it.
Perfect. Nah, I got you. I got you. I got you. Nah, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. I've got
No, this has
one
been
more question
nice.
for you, right? Um, so like because I love the place that you're at. I love this. I love this. You might be the first person that I've come across, right? Who is I think Adrian Lester had this elk
Mm.
about him, where he was really like his one. Maybe his one was on another level, right? Because he was basically like, look, I only want to do roles like where I actually want to do them. And
Yeah,
he was like, I don't, yeah, you can offer me this big thing and da 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 da
yeah,
da
yeah,
da.
yeah,
Nah, I only want. And when you look at his career,
yeah,
he really does. You can tell that it's like, because sometimes it's like, hold on, but you should be huge, like so much bigger.
yeah.
But
Mm.
that's from, like I get, like I was saying before, it's like the optics of someone
One
else.
hundred
It's like,
percent.
I want to do this and I want to
Exactly,
do that, and I do karate
exactly,
outside, and I've got
exactly,
my family, and I really don't care. Um,
exactly, exactly. And again,
so
it's that expectation of someone else projecting their vision onto you. You
yeah,
know, when actually you're living your true self as opposed to someone else's truth.
I love that. I
That's
love
how you
that.
stay key to your core.
100%. And the question that I had right
Core.
off the back of that is, what advice would you give to an actor at the beginning of their journey, right? And they're looking for their like first credit or like their first TV credit,
Mm.
and they're hungry and they're like, oh, I need
Mm.
to get it. I need to get it.
First of all, I say don't look, just be. Just be. Like if you know this is what you want to do, the universe, God will take you through journeys, and you'll get to where you need to get to. It's not a it's not a race. It's a marathon for sure. Um, Like there's an amazing quote from Martin Luther King, if I can remember. It says, "Not everyone can be famous, but everyone can be great because greatness is determined by service." So if that actor is doing it because they want to do it, it will happen. You don't need to. You don't need to look because they're just be. And I know that's very. It sounds very lovely on the tongue, but like when you genuinely believe it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you have like a faith system or something to go to or abide by, I think it helps. It definitely helps, you know. But at the same time, just enjoy the journey. The success is the journey. The success isn't the destination.
Mm.
So so yeah, just continue being great, man. Just continue to being you. That's what I would say.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And you know what? Yeah, it's not lofty. It's not lofty and like convoluted. It's like wherever you are, just be the best, whether
Yeah,
it's extra, whether it's,
yeah.
you know, someone else's self tape. Just be there
Literally,
and serve that moment. Yeah.
literally. Like, if you want to find an agent, you'll find an agent. If you really want to, you'll find an agent. You know, like if you really want to get this, you'll find it. You'll do what it will take. You'll do whatever it takes to get to where you need to get to. You know.
100.
And if you know, if you don't, then it won't really work out. But yeah, just be you, man. Pierre, you're a legend, man. You're a legend. I remember when you first started this, man. Like your little 100 and something little followers. Now look. It's a beautiful though. I
No.
love it. I love it. And one, let me just say this: there's only I don't like interviews, innit? I hate interviews because I feel like the people interviewing you can be so like fake and just there for one reason. But with you, it's just natural, and I like that. And that's why I'll do this 10 times over, you know,
Oh,
as opposed to like those dumb EPKs
yeah, I
when you're just
completely.
there asking stupid questions. What are you gonna do? Shut up, man. You're fake, man. You only do this for money. You're doing it for the art, and that's what I like. So
Oh,
more stuff like this, man. More stuff like this. Big up
thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you. Ah, thank God. God bless you, man. Like, bro, this has been an amazing episode. And yes, Denzel, I'm loving the in fact, I'm not even gonna call you Denzel, I'm just gonna call you CJ because
Thank you.
you're a brand in your own right. Like I can see it. I can see I saw it then in
Mm,
the Pride and Pack films,
jeez.
and we can all see it. So yeah, we're all with you, man, supporting you. So
Appreciate
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.